Hi, it's Marcus Kilvington here, and thank you for joining me today. I want to spend a minute or two talking to you about food safety management systems and food safety. And used to be, a few years ago, still used a lot now actually, isn't it? Food hygiene, food safety means the same thing. And if you're thinking, oh my goodness me then Marcus, that means a lot more paperwork and a lot more time at my business, and it's not really going to matter or make a big difference. Actually, it is and can make a big difference in your food business. I'm going to tell you why. Because you see, the thing is, regardless of the fact that it's the law and you have to have a food safety management system these days, it's actually going to mean that you can systemize what goes on in your business in a far, far better way. But there's a really big benefit behind this. And that is the Food Standards Agency now, their Scores on the Doors scheme, gets about, it's about 1 million hits a month now. And one of the three most important things, and one of the three criteria, so one of the three really important things as to how your food business gets measured when an environmental health officer comes out to see you, is based on three things, one of them being your food safety management system. So if you've got a great working food safety management system, you can be a long way towards getting 4 or 5 stars even. And the massive benefit to you therefore is, if you're a food business with 4 or 5 stars because you've put in place a robust food safety management system, you're going to get a higher star rating, which means what? Well, actually what it means is that when your customers come through the door, they have got a reassurance that the food that you are going to serve them isn't going to make the meal. And that is a massive reassurance, because what that also does is, we've used this word many times before and we'll use it many times again, is it means that they have trust in you. And before anybody does anything, whether they eat with you or do anything else in life for that matter, you and me need to have trust. So by having a food safety management system, and once one's up and running, it's minutes of your day to monitor and do the paperwork bit. But the really big benefit is that you're going to get a really high score rating, because if you don't, that contributes to 1/3 of your marks on the Scores on the Doors, the food standards system. So you're never going to get 4 or 5 stars. And I just want to say 2 or 3 other things, because on future videos we're going to share some stuff with you a bit more on Scores on the Doors. But if you are a 4 or 5 star food business, please make sure that you put up on the door when people walk in your star rating, so that people like you and me, when we go out and we visit you and we're going to go in there for some food, we know that you've got a system in place, a food safety management system in place, you care about food safety, and we've got that real element of trust. If you just play lip service to food standards, and the guys when they come out, the Food Standards Agency, the environmental health officers, with your food safety management system, and you don't really pay a lot of attention to it, and you certainly don't do it on a daily basis and make sure all the things are actually happening, should be happening, you won't get 4 or 5 stars. And then what's going to happen? Well, you're not going to put anything on your door, because if you were a 0 food business, 0 stars, well, you'd be closed down for a start off. But let's say you were between 1 and 3. You'd never put that on the door, would you? You'd never put the certificate or the star rating on there. Why? Well, you already know the answer, don't you? The reason you wouldn't put between 1 and 3 stars in there is because you wouldn't want anybody coming up to your food premises thinking, goodness me, they've only got 3 stars or 1 star or 2 star for that matter, would you? Why? Because they wouldn't trust you, they wouldn't have reassurance in the fact that they possibly might get ill with your food business, so you wouldn't put that on. And what's going to happen, you're going to see this more and more, people are going to want to go and eat at 4 or 5 star food businesses. And it all starts with food safety management. So make sure you've got your food safety management system in place. There's some fantastic resources out there. On the page on this video there's a link to something that you can have a look at, great online resource. Part of that resource you can actually go in and get 1/3 of it free, completely free, that you can use and start to put together your system, or it can help you work your system in a more efficient way. 1/3 of it's all free. Have a click on there, have a little look around. But take on board the fact that you do need to have a robust food safety management system, and food safety needs to be at the pinnacle of perfection for your business, because it just means that your customers are going to trust you more and they're going to come back more and more. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.